Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing an 11 by 8.5 layout. This is going to be for wood grain in winter with MK Gunn and Janet Fritz. And I have a photo of my son sleeping the night before Christmas. And I just thought it was a cute photo with his little tiger that he used to sleep with. And I wanted to document the photo. So I'm going to be using all Vicki Boutin products with the exception of the one piece of cardstock that is from Miss Kate's design. But everything else is Vicki Boutin and mainly from Peppermint Kisses. Not sure if anything, I don't believe in from anything else. I believe it's all from Peppermint Kisses, including the little embellishments or ephemera pieces. And I have quite a few pieces of paper here, this red polka dot one, and then this star one, I actually use a scrap that is from the first paper or the first layout I did with the same star background paper. I had a scrap left that actually works for what I ended up doing. So I didn't cut into that 12 by 12, so I still have it for another layout. So here I'm going to get started. I'm going to use this wood grain piece from Echo Park as my background. And I just liked it with the papers, and I thought it kind of matched with the houses, which was in the ephemera pack. And so I'm going to use it as my background. So here I'm just trimming up the edges. Since this paper was 6 by 8, I have to kind of tear it and then put it together. And the picture is actually going to cover up the piece that it's not going all the way across, so I didn't worry about that. And I'm just trimming off any excess since I had to lay it down underneath and then put it down and then cut off and make it even. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. The only difference is I am going to overlap the red polka dot with each other so that I can make it go all the way across, because you will see, well, I thought you would see all of it. I end up covering up a little section of it, but in the end, it didn't really matter. So it's a complete piece, or at least it looks like a complete piece. And in the end, you really can't tell where I pieced it together, mainly because I tore the papers. So when you have torn edges like that, you really can't tell if, it's one piece or two pieces, or, if you tear it just the right way. So here I'm going to add that one down at the bottom and kind of leave like a diagonal straight across the middle of the wood grain showing. And I kind of could have saved some of the wood grain, but there really wasn't enough to save. So I didn't really worry about it, and I have plenty of wood grain. So there's the little houses. I'm going to place his photo underneath the houses, and I'm going to play here for a minute with this little branch, the mouse, and then the little piece of paper that says all through the house. And then Santa in the car that had the presents on top of it. I decided to trim the presents off the car since I probably will never use that ephemera piece as a whole. So I just trimmed off the little presents and placed them next to Santa Claus. And I thought they were kind of sort of the right height, like, they don't look too out of proportion with each other. So it worked. And then that little embellishment down at the bottom, or saying where it says Christmas, it says the night before Christmas. And I popped it up on play foam. I'm going to place it right there down at the bottom under the presents, kind of covering up where the presents were cut off from the top part of the car. So you won't be able to see that part. And then this pink tree, I decided to go ahead and tuck in since the red polka dot paper kind of comes off as pink. And I was like, I don't know if I really want to toss in a pink tree, just because my son, who is sleeping, did not like, he doesn't like the color pink. So I was debating on whether to put it on his layout or not, but I decided I really liked it there, so I do add it, and it stays there. But this one over here, I keep playing with this little mouse, and I was trying to find one more pink piece to put up here with the mouse up at the top, just because since I added the pink tree, it needed a little bit more pink. So I was trying to find something else to place there. Um, this little piece here, I believe it says my favorite. And I couldn't decide if I really wanted to put that one down or not. And then I found this other banner piece that says "Love This." And that one is actually off of the latest Vicki Boutin Christmas collection, Wrapped in Ribbons. And it had just a little bit of pink on it and a little bit of the darker red. And I thought, it's perfect. It'll be great right up here. And I am going to move the little mouse and the little branch up a little bit higher on the photo. And then I'm actually going to do a third cluster, a tiny one, not as big as the other two, down towards the bottom left-hand side of his photo. And I'm just going to put 1224 and then a little piece of holly in sequence over there. And so here I'm trying to figure out how to put the mouse up here and make it so that it's not covering up the "Love This." So what's going to happen is I'm going to have to pull this little strip off that says "All Through the House" and kind of angle it so that I can still see "Love This." And I really like the way that it turns out instead. I originally was going to put the mouse down a little bit lower, but decided to put him a little bit higher and actually like him a little bit better up there. And I just thought the little mouse was kind of cute, so I wanted to get him on the layout. And then, like I said, I will come in here in just a minute and add this little sticker over on the left-hand side by his photo down at the bottom corner. But first I'm going to add a little bit of play foam on here since it's going over the "Love This," which is a foam piece. So it has to be popped up a little bit more. And pretty much I'm going to add some sequins from Spiegelmom's Scraps once again. I'm going to use gift wrap and red rapture. And again, that's just because they're the perfect Christmas colors and they add a little bit of sparkle on the layout. And they're the perfect final touch. So Santa, the presents, or the Christmas tree are not popped up. The only piece that's going to be popped up is the night before Christmas. And I was like tapping my fingers trying to figure out what else I'm going to add. And then I remembered, oh wait, I have a sequence. I'm going to add just 3, technically 4, because what I did is I add a red one, a gold one, a white one, and then I add the little tiny green one on top of the white one. So there's actually 4 sequins, but little cluster of 3, since one of them is layered up. And I'm going to do them in 3 spots. And at first I put them up here by the house. But I believe I'll come back in and you'll see me even just pull them off. And I'm going to put them down towards the left-hand side of the photo instead. And I just rubbed the glue back off. You really can't tell that they were stuck there. See, I even held it up, showed you a little close-up, and then decided, nope. It really needed that bottom little cluster towards the left-hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and I was like, well, if I put it up here, does it look okay? Nope. I moved it down here and I was like, perfect. It looks just perfect down here. And me rubbing off the glue. And then I'm going to add the little holly leaf also. I believe I already did. But here's some close-ups, and I will see you guys in the next video. And I should have actually a double page layout for tomorrow.